Hey y'all, hey. I'm Jay.
I'm C.
And welcome to the
JNC
JNC's room. Hey y'all, hey. Thank you guys for coming back again. Thank you guys for clicking on us and joining us because we about to talk some ish.
Hello,
As you know, I am Jay.
I'm C.
And
Welcome to the J&C room.
welcome. If you haven't done so yet, please make sure to click on subscribe. Bring somebody with you so they can come talk some stuff with us. Have them subscribe, like, share. Let's do this.
And click notifications because we always dropping some shit
for
Sunday.
real.
Sunday. Not next Sunday, but this
Basically.
Sunday coming.
And you want to get
And the next
notified.
What?
They want to get notified so you know.
Listen, you gotta know when I'm talking because somebody else be talking some bullshit.
Hater. So,
Let me sip my tea.
yeah, because what I'm about to tell you about, it's going to be like, Jay, why? So, I was talking to one of my homegirls
Always one of these chicks.
about basically closure and what it really is. And I said, let me ask around. So, closure is really like you, when it comes to a
Can I
relationship.
ask you a question? What's the name of the topic?
It basically is closure. Is it needed? I was gonna get to that, but I just wanted to, explain. Closure. Is it needed? Do you really need to go down that lane? You get what I mean? Now, some people, because I asked around, right?
What they say?
And an automatic response was like, no, that's just so somebody could go back and reopen the wound or whatever the case is. And closure in a relationship really means you coming to peace with what went down. You've accepted it. And you've
That's like the
moved
definition of that?
on. Yeah, it actually is. Closure
Yeah, read that out loud.
refers to having a sense of understanding, peace, and accepted finality of the relationship, whether it's ended because of loss, rejection, or growing apart.
They got that in a dictionary?
Well, when I looked up, closure to a relationship, because I mean in the dictionary, it'd probably be like,
Clothes or some shit.
basically,
You know what I mean?
you know what I mean?
So that sounds good though. That sounds good.
you
though.
get what I mean? So now,
How you feel about it?
I feel
Let's
like,
hear you talk about it.
all right,
Some of y'all women need some closure.
I'm gonna tell you some truth. The response that I kept getting was
Ain't no. I wish I had some drink right now.
the response I kept getting was, "This is just an excuse for Shorty to go back and end up with a glizzy in her bun." If you get what I'm saying,
Glizzy on bun.
in her bun, and I'll say, in reality,
You're supposed to have
I
a
don't.
glizzy in the bun.
No, but like somebody putting the glizzy in her bun, not just So, and I'm not gonna lie, I have a few friends and me myself, like, I need closure. It's really like, do you really need some? I don't think that you need somebody else for closure. I don't. I feel like when it comes to closure, it's really just you, stepping back from the situation, looking at the situation on how both parties had some type of basically, what is it? Some part of the ending of this relationship. You get what I mean?
I think closure depends. It depends on the type of relationship we're talking about. Like,
That true?
if y'all ended like human, like human beings.
Like what? Like cool?
Like, yeah, if y'all ended on peaceful terms and y'all ended up on some like, I'm going in this direction in life, you're going in that direction, and y'all had a discussion about it, and it's just like it just wasn't in the cards. I think closure is needed on those type of relationships. Now, you don't need closure if a nigga cheated on you or you cheated on them. I don't think you need closure for that. But closure, sometimes you can find closure within yourself.
Yeah.
So do you need closure? I think everyone needs closure. Now, do you need closure from the other person? That's a different kind of topic.
Yeah.
Because the topic, it just says, do you need closure?
Yeah.
We all need closure. Do you need closure from the other person? That's... So once again, when when you ask these people, do you need closure?
I didn't specify anything. That's the thing about it.
But you don't need to specify. Saying do you need closure means are you over? Or do you understand? Did you grow? What was the outcome of this?
That's what, of course that's what it is.
Maybe.
But most people
know
don't
what's crazy?
think that.
No, you know why people didn't think that? Niggas a little dumb.
Yeah. But
And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about, I think humans
just
are
people,
dumb.
period.
People are dumb. So, because if you ask somebody, do you need closure, they automatically thought of the other person.
Yeah.
No, what about yourself? Did you contextualize in your head what happened? Did you speak out loud? Did you talk to somebody about what happened in your relationship and why it failed?
Basically.
Because you only need closure if it failed. Even if y'all went separate ways because y'all was going to different places in your life, that's still a failed relationship.
Yeah.
All remember that. So do you need closure? Of course you need closure. Now, seeking closure from a different person, that's a different question.
But when you say it, it's not being specific at all. So you could think that way or whatever the case is.
Do you need closure? That's the answer still, yes.
Yeah. So but closure looks different for everybody. So although you're saying like, oh, and closure, it's really just closure within yourself.
No, I ain't say that.
You said if you need in
closure
reality,
means do you have understanding of the relationship, why it failed, and understanding.
Basically.
Now, you don't need the other person for that.
You don't, but somebody might.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like that's what I mean about
that's
like
why,
even
that's
though
why
the
I named
topic
two
is
different
kind
names. That's why I named two different
Yeah.
things. Like if a person cheated on you, what you need closure for?
to
Understand why they cheated?
yeah.
What if they cheated for no damn reason?
Think about it. I mean, even
do
though,
you still need a reason if they tell you they cheated for no damn reason?
I mean, that in itself is closure. When somebody cheats on you, it's not for everybody, but I'm gonna say not for everybody because everybody's not the same. But when somebody cheats on you, that does mess up your psyche a bit. It does make you. A lot of people, when they do get cheated on, the first question is, "What did I do? Why did it happen to me? Why did they do that? I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. Why did they cheat on me?"
Do you think that's narcissistic?
I don't think that's narcissistic. I think that if you're in a
Think about
relationship,
it.
I'm being honest. If you're in a relationship and it's two people and you're automatically and you're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing, and this person is not showing that they're unhappy or not giving you any type of signs, you're automatic. Granted, depending on who the party is, whether it's the male or the female, so that also has a lot to do with if they just doing it because it's in their nature or if they're doing it because there's a reason. But when people get cheated on, their automatic reaction is, what did I do wrong? It's just like if you're at a...
But that's what I mean by it's narcissistic. Because they're thinking about what they did. It's about them. To be narcissistic, that means you're thinking about you. That means you're all about you. In this situation, I just said, I kind of clarified it. What if they had no real reason?
But that's what I'm...
Then it's not about you.
Yeah, but you don't know that until you actually go talk about it, which is in itself closure. Not saying that this is the appropriate way to react, but for a certain person that thinks like, yo, it's me, and you get what I mean? Closure for them would be like, let me talk about it. Like, why did this happen? I was watching a YouTube channel, and it was girlfriends. And their YouTube channel is up and it's popping or whatever the case is, and they broke up. And they literally had this episode, part 1 and part 2, to basically discuss why they broke up. And in them, because of the fact that it was their channel together, so it was like there was a whole bunch of talk around it, right? And in this like episode where they're talking to each other, they literally all they did was give their own perspective on it. And you can tell, like, them giving their own perspective on it. Mind you, they were at peace with how it ended. They didn't have any type of beef with each other at all. This was like the first time they had talked within like maybe a month or two. And then them like expressing their own perspective, it made them feel like, oh snap, I didn't even realize that like this was your perspective on it. I didn't realize that you noticed this. I didn't realize that, oh, I wasn't there for you at this point and you wasn't there for me at this point. So although they had came to closure on their own, like their own type of closure, you can tell like them coming together, was healthy.
And having an honest conversation about things.
Yeah, it was very healthy.
I mean, that just tells me that they
know?
were mature for each other. They wasn't mature enough mature enough for each other. Why I'm saying that's because they were so caught up in their own heads that they wasn't even thinking clearly to have a conversation about the relationship.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's just a simple conversation.
Yeah.
So, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna say this to y'all. All my points are trash.
Why you say that?
Because I diffused, by me saying what I said in the very beginning of this conversation about do you really need another person with closure? Or by me saying that, dissolved all my topics. Dissolved all my points on this. So I'm really freeballing. So
What are they? I still want to hear them though.
it's kind of irrelevant, honestly speaking. I mean, because of what we said, it opens a much bigger...
Yeah, it's way bigger than just...
Yeah, so like for me, right, I said depends on the type of relationship.
Which is true.
Yes, this is true, but...
Because, go ahead.
This is true. All right. To me, it depends on the type of relationship. To me, if a person cheated on you, you don't need closure. Because the answer is they cheated on you. That's why you can't be with them.
Well, yeah.
Now, if you want to understand why they cheated on you, to me, that's a waste of time. Because that person wasn't good enough for you. You know why? Because if they really valued you and cared about you, they would have came to you and said, I'm about to cheat on your monkey ass.
Perfect world.
Can you just give me some good gumbo once in a while?
Perfect world.
I know that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like if as a man I come to you and I complain about something a couple times, men do this. Complain to you about something a couple times, and you just keep ignoring me. You can't be mad at the end result.
I'm gonna say like it's just like the other situation. I'm gonna say mature men do that. Because
I'm not saying all men. I didn't say all men.
Mature and like
once again, all of the things I'm about to say is exceptions to the rule.
Yeah,
He's not the majority. A lot of men just cheat because we like to horn.
Yeah, I was about to be
We like to just smash some chicks.
It's in their
It has
nature.
nothing to do with you, ma, lady, miss, madam, old lady.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Nasty bitch. It ain't got nothing to do with you.
All
and
right.
that.
Okay.
Right. Men like them like that sometimes. So my next point, to me, all my points is trash.
Well, that one, depending on your relationship, because one of my things was...
Okay, let me not say it's trash. I think these are so typical.
I mean, you don't know. They
So my
might
next
reach
one,
out to somebody, though.
You need, if you can't get past it naturally,
That
and
was
with that goes the extra. But this is what I'm trying to say.
That was mine too.
Huh?
That was one of mine also.
Exactly.
Like but I also feel like the extra you mean going to the person.
But look, my next topic is coming off the second topic. Separate point. Closure can't be trouble if you're the person he got broken up with.
Mm-hmm. That's when they end up with
Damn.
a glizzy in a bun.
Yeah, sorry.
That's when they end up with a glizzy in a bun.
Listen.
Because I'm not going to lie.
I'm sorry I read this sentence, and some people need hooked on phonics, and this is one of my moments. Let me read this to y'all, because this sounds crazy. Closure can be trouble if you're the person he got broken up with, could lead to toxic behavior. Wow. Corey, you did all that stuff, and you couldn't write this goddamn sentence right.
I understood it, though.
I understood it too, but shit.
I understood
Listen,
it, though.
you know, God made me good, but he ain't made me perfect.
I think that's the only time basically, I think that's the only time when like closure is not needed, when it's going to lead to toxic behavior. I also believe closure is not needed when like it's an unhealthy situation. Like for example, I was dating this guy a long time ago, and I was dating this guy a long time ago.
Wait. When she said I was dating this guy, her jaws didn't. And then when the shark comes, somebody come like, gotcha, nigga, gotcha.
Well, that's what happened. It was like, gotcha, nigga, I got to go. So it was one of the situations. Like, first of all, I'm horrible with closure. I'm gonna say that, and I know for real. And over the years, I had to like learn, you know, how to do it correctly, and I'm still learning. I mean, closure. Closure to me. Wait. Closure to me, like when you first think of closure, like I said, it's an excuse. I don't know if you ever seen that meme. They're like, I need closure, and then she ended up with dick in her mouth. Like,
You?
so that's the meme. That's the meme. So wait, no, stop. Wait, let me tell my story before you start. What are you about to do? It's a meme.
So a nigga break up with you, he come back.
Well, we don't know who broke
What
up.
happened? What happened?
Yeah. You like, yo, you know what? I don't understand why. Are you like,
Wow.
no,
Sorry, people.
but
This
anyway,
shit got graphic.
Anyway, I was dating
If you're
this
14
guy.
and higher,
You should not be watching this channel. You need to go do some homework.
hold up, time out. I'm not gonna say you shouldn't be watching this. It's just have your parent. This is a PG content.
This is not PG content.
Yeah, because we don't be talking about real wild, raunchy stuff. If you really think about it.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
a 14-year-old needs closure too.
Listen,
she was out here.
Go do your homework. Don't be going to these
Yo.
boys for no clothes. You go do your homework.
Little Christina,
No.
like little Romeo.
No. Little Christina, little Illy, little Rosie, little Rihanna.
LaWanda.
Go do your homework. Don't be out here mess with these. Don't. All right, let me not. I'm about to book. Anyway.
Tell me your story. Let's hear your
So
story.
I was dating this guy on and off. It was really like a situationship for like 4 years, on and off. And like he was toxic, but he was toxic. And I liked it. And it was certain features, there was certain things about him that like kept me
Sex?
glued or no, it wasn't. In reality, it wasn't sex at all. Like
Was it good?
No. It was alright, but it wasn't. No, I'm not gonna say it was alright. Like I could say that this is very graphic. I could say like in the whole 4 years that we was together, maybe he made me come like twice.
Oh. What happened?
Oh.
I don't know, man.
So, it
hey,
was
man,
but it was, there was other things.
at least
or
you got
whatever
it
the
took
case
once every 2 years.
I don't even know. Maybe twice was in that one last one or whatever. Who knows? Anyway, so it was an ongoing pattern. It was like we would stop, we would argue, we wouldn't no more. Then he knew how to like pull me back in. I would let myself get pulled in, and like the actual relationship was becoming very like verbally abusive. Do you get what I mean?
I like your style.
So
his style.
because I knew that he was able to like pull me back in, as well as it's crazy how like you can easily be, you don't realize how easy it is to get slipped into like a verbally abusive relationship, because being someone who had grew up in a very like a household with like domestic violence in it, physical is very apparent as opposed to like the emotional. But anyway, and the verbal. Because of the fact that I knew he was able to suck me in, I didn't do no closure. The closure that I had with that situation was I changed my number in the middle of our conversation, and I never looked back. And it was more of a situation where like,
Has he hit you up again
oh, he tried to.
on Facebook?
Yeah, like right after I did it, it was like a whole hour of like calling on Facebook and then on the different name on top of that, and I just didn't answer. And then he tried to come back through like Instagram, maybe like a year later.
How you found your Instagram? Oh, you always had your Instagram?
Huh?
You always had your Instagram?
I have my Instagram though. I mean, for a while now. So around this time, I had turned my Instagram to public. So it was like swoop, and then it was crazy. But either way, it was a situation where it was just like, yeah, no, there's no need for closure. Just exit left, because who knows how crazy it's gonna get. So I felt like
You did have closure though.
I mean,
You showed closure
changing the phone. That was
during the How did you change the phone during a conversation?
So I called Verizon. Guys, I don't ghost on a regular, but I called Verizon.
On the phone with him.
Yeah, so he was like, I was like on my headphones, like had my Bluetooth or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's on the phone. I'm texting with him. So like, and he's pulling me back in. I know, like it's happening. Like I'm trying to like stay away. We had just had like this crazy fight or whatever the case is. I'm trying to stay away, and he's in the pulling mode, and I feel it. I'm on the phone with Verizon, and I said to Verizon, I said, I need you to change my number, but I need you to wait until I send this last text. And she was, first of all, she was a sister, so she was like, girl, I got you. Just let me know when to.
Her name was Shaniqua.
I don't know.
Her name was Laquanda.
I don't know. But she was just like, girl, I got you. Just let me know when.
Her name was Rashida.
And I think he had
It was
asked
Rashida.
me to like, he had asked her like, oh,
Thank you,
spend the
Rashida
whole-
from Verizon.
Thank you, Rashida from Verizon.
Thank you, Rashida.
So he had
You out
asked
here
me
saving,
to like,
you out here saving these hoes.
nah, for real though. Dead serious. One number at a time. I appreciate you. So either way, I'm on the phone, with her, whatever the case is. And as soon as I sent the last text, I was like, all right. And poof, the number changed. That quick. So I think like when it comes to unhealthy situations, domestic violence, or verbal abuse, where you feel like you're getting sucked into this toxic behavior or whatever the case is, meaning you don't need closure from that person. I don't believe in that. Like I think that was the one situation where I did that, and it was just, I didn't understand ghosting until then.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, do I have a story to share about closure?
I think I had said this to you. I think that I don't think you need closure from the other person, but I think that you are about providing closure or like clarity to a situation.
Oh.
And in that sense,
I'm like a principal.
like what?
Like a principal.
You're about it. Like what the how?
Principal. You never seen principal when kids have fights? The principal brings both kids in while y'all was fighting. Mm-hmm. I tell y'all niggas about fighting.
What kind of principle?
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Like a principal sit that down. Why did you fight? He called you this. If you called him that, why don't y'all just apologize?
Good night.
We shouldn't be fighting in here. Your parents are gonna whip y'all ass.
Good night.
Good
night.
When he's saying that. You know what I'm saying? But like, the person that always try to dissolve the.
Yeah.
Me personally, I be knowing when to get the fuck out of shit, and sometimes I just stick around.
Yeah.
I just be like looking at my watch, like, I got time to kill.
Yeah. Basically.
And then when I pack up and go, it's like, well, damn. That was pretty good. Like, yeah, it's time to go.
I don't know.
I gave you so much chances. Nobody got them. How much fucking hallway passes I'm giving you?
Basically, I get that. I be giving a whole bunch.
So, me with a story. Man, I got so much great escapes. I'm like the Great Gatsby.
Good night. Good night.
Yo, I got so much escape stories. Yo, I remember one time, I don't know if I ever said this to you, right? I cut this one chick off, right? I had met this girl at this party in Brooklyn, right? Met her at one of my homeboys. They had this thing called Privé,
Okay.
right? And Shorty, I'm saying some real exclusive shit. So Shorty, we had kicked it. I feel on her vibes or whatever. We went out a couple times. One time she called me drunk with her friends in the car. I told you the story. She called me with her friends drunk in the car, and she was like, I miss you. I'm like, all right, I miss you too. What's up? She said, I just love when you eat my pussy. Right in the car with all her friends. I looked at the phone.
On speaker?
I couldn't tell. First off, you in a car with your friends. It ain't, what kind of car? You ain't got no stretch limousine. Like this.
She could have been whispering.
Nah. So I was like, I looked at the phone. I looked at the mirror myself, and I got up and looked at the mirror. I said, what kind of nigga she thinks she talking to? What the fuck's wrong with this girl? So I was like, I let it slide, right? I said, yo, I'm gonna call you back. Call me when you get home. You make sure, let me know you safe. So it was cool. This happened again, maybe like 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. My little thing is unraveling. Look, your story getting my thing all.
Wow. My
Yeah.
story got getting your thing. What?
This is about to unravel.
This is crazy. So Shorty did it again. And I was just like, yo, I'm going to call you later. That's just straight. I never spoke to that girl again. She texted me, was like, yo, did I do something to you? I was like, nah, you ain't do nothing.
Yeah, that was the moment you didn't need to
I didn't care.
clarify whatever
And
this
then-
is. Was it a serious situation though?
What?
The like y'all, it was just.
It was cool. It was nice. It was getting there.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like, nah. Like, I wasn't feeling that. Like, why you need that gratification in front of your friends? Why do you need to let your friends know I got nigga eat my pussy?
The crazy part is like, why would you?
Like,
do
how
that?
old are
'Cause
you? You
that's-
23?
I'm gonna be honest. On top of that, like these girls out here be trying to steal your man. Why would
That's
you
what
do
I'm
that on the
saying, like-
phone and then be surprised when she?
You know what's the wicked part?
What?
I made her wait like maybe 5 times before she even got it.
Good night.
And I got head from her the first round.
Well, all right now.
Like, shit you did before. Do that shit again? Do it again?
She was like that.
She was on first trip. I mean, it was a joyride. But you out here promoting.
Yeah, and girls out here be like, oh, okay, and then find you on Instagram and then try to talk to you. Then you're gonna be tight that your homegirl try to get up on your boo. No.
I was like, yo. And crazy part, she had a good job. She driving Mercedes Benz.
Oh.
And
She was
you
a
could
boss.
You could just tell she ain't had no nigga before. Like, she was just so happy, and I wasn't her man or nothing, but she was just happy.
She didn't have a nigga before. She just ain't have a guy like you before.
Here we go with
That's
this special
totally-
treatment shit.
It's
I'm
the
just a
truth.
typical dude. So, I'm just a typical dude. So, my thing is, it's just like, shorty, what did you get off of doing that? Mm-hmm. Like, what, this is an accomplishment. Like, this is Mount Everest.
So after that,
he went, nah, in your vagina. He did, every
Okay.
in
Here
your
we go.
vagina. And that made you want to scream to the heavens like in a car with your friends.
So did she just leave you alone afterwards? She didn't like try to like
She
get
tried
clarity.
a little bit, and I just she ain't trying to get clarity. She just thought she did something wrong. She knew she did something wrong.
Yeah.
But she was drunk in a party after a party. She probably I don't think she would have did that sober. But because she did that drunk, that just let me know you're capable of doing something else. And that's not the girl for me.
Basically.
And she worked corporate America.
Oh, so she was a boss.
Huh?
She was a boss kind of girl, boss chick.
Not really. She
No?
wanted to be that, but she wasn't. She's a nice girl. I'm not trying to play it. She's a nice girl.
Yeah,
but
she just had a moment.
lost. I wasn't trying to find her.
Yeah. You know, I think like, you know, I don't know. When it comes, you know, to this whole like
It's kind of crazy though, right?
It is kind of crazy, you know.
Like, I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but shorty kind of weird.
I mean,
Like, for what though?
once again, is it that she didn't have a nigga before or a man like you? Because one thing
I'm just
about,
typical
I'm going to
dude,
say,
man.
whether you're a typical dude or not, you don't know how you are compared to a dude that she's been with. You could have been an upgrade. You could have been a better dude. You could have been something.
If I'm
a
an upgrade,
lot-
wouldn't you want to treat me better than that?
She was, well, in this moment.
You
she
out here
was
screaming my shit like it's wholesale.
drunk and she was not thinking. She wasn't
She
a
was out
sound
here screaming
mind.
my shit like it's like McDonald's when they have the 99,
No,
you know what's it called, their menu?
What?
The dollar menu?
Yeah.
Like, she's screaming that shit like McDonald's, like posting that shit as advertising.
But she was like hype. That's what it sounded like. She was hype. She probably was trying to be a little sexy and trying to come over.
That's not how you do it.
It's not how you do it.
She could've just said, "Can I come
But the
over?"
thing about it is, it could. That's what you. She could have said that. You know, other guys they would have been hype over that. Like, oh, you man, do you want me to? You know what I mean?
You like when I eat
You want
your...
me to-
You think dudes really do that?
Yes.
In front, on the phone with other girls around?
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why she was like, "What did I do something?
Yeah.
Did I offend you or whatever?" Or she
Yeah.
probably don't even remember that she did that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Once again, you could have been an upgrade and she mad hype. When you get a dude that's like better than like the dudes that you've experienced, you be mad hype, you be mad giddy, you be feeling like that's my man. My man. So you don't know. Maybe it was that. And she was just hype. She
I
probably
know.
was in that first.
I know I didn't need closure.
Maybe
That book's like, plop!
you said close the door. Close it.
Yeah, that's just
I
as
feel
weird
like,
to me.
you know, with closure is more of like the biggest part of closure, I think, is and the kind of you kind of hit it before. It's just more of you having a realistic grip on what happens and seeing it. You know what I mean? Like not biased, kind of step out of the box and look at the situation and see that or whatever the case is. But in reality, you know, going back to the person to try to get some closure and you haven't done that, I think that defeats the purpose. If you need to go back to somebody to get some closure, if you haven't stepped back and taken some time to yourself and just taking care of you or whatever the case is, and I know that kind of sounds like it doesn't make sense, but sometimes you need to take some time away from that person, you know? Well,
Honestly speaking, I just think you need to, as a person, you got to understand right and wrong and just understand the rules to this. Like, if somebody's not valuing you correctly, do you really need to explain yourself too much? Not really. But I will tell you, like, if that person needs it, it's nothing wrong with giving it to them.
Yeah.
You could tell them exactly what went wrong from your perspective. They could tell you what went wrong from their perspective. And maybe I can have that conversation so that way I can learn from it both. But honestly speaking, a lot of times people know why the relationship went wrong. They just don't like facing the reality of their mistakes. Everyone loves to blame the other person.
yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
So sometimes, you know, it's nothing wrong with saying, you know, I fucked up a little
yeah,
bit.
it takes two to tango.
That's just how I look at closure. Do you need closure from another person? No, but do you need closure?
Yeah.
Yes. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because this is why a lot of people go into relationships harboring other feelings from other things because they didn't get the proper closure. So to me, closure is important, and I think people should really take heed to it to get further, go along with things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, basically.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So,
For real.
you know, if you like today's topic and you got a story for us, please tell us. Tell us your closure story.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Tell us like how you feel about like what's going on with you. Like, let me know. Like,
have you gotten any closure, or are you?
have you
still
tried to
in a
get closure? And
situation?
you had a glizzy in your face,
For real.
or homeboy.
Like,
you try
it
to close out with
happens.
shorty, and you realize like you eating ass.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
That don't happen to me, but I mean, you get
It
stuck eating
happens,
some ass. You know what I mean?
like, that's that toxic shit too. But it happens. And are you in a situation where
Are you
never,
Mr. Cheeks?
Are you Mr. Cheeks? Lights, camera, action. Like, are you Mr. Cheeks? Have you ever been? Are you in a situation right now that you haven't gotten closure from?
Or
you know
are
what's
you-
so crazy? Or has somebody called you up for closure? So crazy. I know we was slowing this down, but you know, I have incidents of these closure situations.
You're not good at
Just
it, right?
because it's not. I mean, it is that though. No, you laughing. If I'm over it, like if it ends, usually I'm not the breaker upper. So if it happens, I don't need to.
Usually the dumpy.
Yeah, I'm used because I don't break up. I don't break up. I'd rather you do it. I hate hurting people. I hate that's
Guys, you hear her, right?
like
You can use and abuse.
you
this.
not using me, not abusing me because I'm not even on the market. So
They always on the market.
because of that.
They go. Listen, there's no such thing as stock being pulled off the market.
I'm pulled.
It's only when
off.
it hits bankruptcy.
I'm bankrupt. I'm bankrupt.
If she says that's
it.
what it is, that's a fact.
So basically, I'm out. But, you know, because of that, because of the fact that I usually don't go, you know, after or try to like question or whatever the case is, I always get the case of the ex coming back to clear up or have closure. It's usually them trying to come back, and then it's just like, well, you know, this happens and whatever the case is. So
Story of my life.
exactly, you get what I mean? But I just feel that the best type of closure you need to have is with yourself, and just evaluate the situation and see,
Listen, man.
what you can do different the next time.
Sometimes if it walked like a duck and it quacked like a
Here
duck,
we go with the ducks.
that's a fucking duck.
Good night.
You know what I mean?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Shit is what it is sometimes.
What the hey? Have y'all ever? Please comment down and please put a comment.
subscribe.
Talk to us because
Yeah,
we
for
want to
real.
know about this.
Leave comments.
subscribe.
Send us emails. Let's hear your
For
story.
real.
I'll definitely read your
Tell
story.
us some topics.
Just don't sound like I did with that sentence. Like hooked
Shout
on
out to our
phonics.
subscribers. Shout
All-
out to y'all.
all 32 of y'all
All
motherfuckers.
32 of y'all, man. We doing this, y'all.
Y'all my peoples.
Y'all.
And I want y'all to enjoy your evening. And we got more topics coming. Stay tuned. Later, y'all.
If it walk like a duck.